Hello, this is Daniel Stevenson here, and I want to say a few words about conspiracies. Now, we're always hearing about conspiracy theories and what a load of rubbish they are. So if we're going to consider this matter, we need to begin by asking ourselves, what is a conspiracy? It's possible to define it very simply as a sneaky plan where two or more people are going to rip somebody else off. It's an old folk song, I think, called Bruton Town, recorded by Pentangle. It goes something like this. In Bruton Town, there lived a father who had two sons and a daughter dear. By day and night, they were conspiring to fill their sister's heart with fear. This conspiracy goes on to a murder. A very simple form of conspiracy is two people go into a shop. There's one shop assistant. One of them distracts their attention, perhaps by asking for something they have to go out the back or look in the corner to find, while the other one takes advantage of the distracted shopkeeper to steal some goods. A more complicated conspiracy might involve financial traders, and this sort of thing has happened during my adult lifetime. Share traders obviously were acting secretly because they know they're breaking the law and acting unethically. They might own some shares or some share trading options in a company, and they might use various tricks and sneaks to cause the value of that share to go up, at least in theory. Place a few stories here, arrange some unexpected buying here. Share price rises, other people see it going up, buy it because they think it's rising, and then these guys sell their options at a big profit. The following day, the other people realise that their $15 shares, they paid $15 for, are only worth $6 each, and they have been ripped off by a conspiracy. Now, there are some daft ideas going around. Some people like to blame a conspiracy. Something happens they don't quite understand, or they don't like, or a group of people that they do like gets blamed for something. They think, well, that can't be right. It must have been those other so-and-sos over there that did it. And so they will invent something that makes them feel better. The idea of the flat earth, the idea that our ancestors believed the earth was flat, is a silly conspiracy. The fake moon landings, I heard that Buzz Aldrin floored a guy and knocked him down to the ground with his fist because he accused them of being involved in a fake moon landing. There are people who genuinely believe that the vapour trails left by airplanes are in fact chemicals which are being sprayed to control our minds. Getting to more serious matters, vaccines may be designed to sterilise people or poison them. And in fact, in Nigeria, northern Nigeria, in 2003, and you can look this up quite easily, find it in a couple of clicks, certain community leaders, I won't specify which, persuaded a group of people that the vaccines were designed to sterilise them and give them HIV. So people stopped taking the polio vaccine, as a result of which there was a polio epidemic. Some children were paralysed, others were killed. So conspiracies can be not only daft, but they can be dangerous. On the other hand, some things that might have looked like conspiracies a while ago, looked like science fiction, are now a little bit more worrying. Certainly 40, 50 years ago, if somebody told you that their refrigerator or their toaster or their mobile, or they didn't have mobile phones then, or their telephone was listening in on them, you'd think, well, you've been reading too much science fiction, mate, or taking too many certain substances. However, nowadays, it's a bit more of a worry, isn't it? What if your phone is spying on you? It's possible. What if national governments are influenced by global cabals? Secret groups of powerful people operating behind the scenes. A lot of people believe this. Names have been named. Crazy ideas have been put forward. Alien lizards, the Illuminati, the Freemasons, a group including the Pope, the British royal family, etc., are secretly controlling our governments. I don't know. But some of these conspiracy theories don't seem quite as crazy today as you might have thought they were a few years ago. as I've said earlier, given human nature, given that some of us sadly do wish to grow rich or powerful at other people's expense, and naturally wish to execute their plans in secret, as somebody once said, if the householder had known what time of night the burglar was going to pay him a visit, you would have stood up, kept up and waited for him. Given that this is so, the amazing thing would be if conspiracies did not exist. It would be very surprising if conspiracies didn't exist. We know that there are some stupid conspiracies, I've mentioned a few, but there are some real ones too. Now here's the killer. If there are real conspiracies, and there are, it's much easier to conceal them if there are lots of fake conspiracy theories going around. So, a few tentative conclusions. Feel free to criticise. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. Some years ago, I remember it quite clearly, a man by the name of Georgy Markov presented himself to an accident and emergency department at a London hospital and said, "I have been shot in the leg by a poison fired from a gun concealed inside an umbrella by a member of the Bulgarian Secret Service." Now that sounds like exactly the kind of thing that a paranoid schizophrenic would come out with. However, it was true. Markov had been shot with a pellet fired from a concealed weapon inside an umbrella, and the pellet of ricin which had entered his body actually killed him. He didn't live a day. So crazy things can be true as well as plain crazy. Remember the North Nigerian polio vaccine conspiracy nonsense, which was motivated by strong feelings that people had, community feelings. People believed it because they trusted the people, their community leaders, religious and political. They trusted these people, so when these people told them something that was completely false and dangerously wrong, they believed them, and as a result, many people suffered and died. So, if that teaches us anything, it teaches us you should be very cautious about who you trust, including the people that you might think you've got the most reason to trust. The most dangerous conspiracy, perhaps, is the one that you least suspect. Okay, it's Daniel Stevenson for now, signing off.